Welcome to the third hour of American Agenda, everyone. I'm Allison Maloney.
And I'm Bob Sellers, today joined by our family of co-hosts, Homeland Security expert and GOP strategist Adam Roosevelt, Lawfare Project founder Brooke Goldstein, and the CEO of Fair Strategies, Christina Antello. President Trump just vetoed the defense bill, the $741 billion defense bill. We saw that. He said he was going to do it. He did it. And also he came out last night and created something he sent out on social media in which the stimulus package and he called a disgrace. Now, it was put with an omnibus bill that is together over $2 trillion. Now, it wouldn't make Senator Rand of Kentucky very happy of spending any of this money. He called the bill a bunch of socialist spending. But President Trump says he actually wants to increase the relief payments from $600, which are in the relief bill, to $2,000. And he pointed out that a ton of the money was going overseas. Again, let's not confuse this. There's a relief bill and there's the omnibus bill. They've kind of been put together, but the money was not in the relief bill to go to other countries, but that definitely is in the omnibus bill, part of this process. If I haven't confused you, then I haven't been talking very well, Adam. The point I'm trying to make here is there are a lot of people not happy with this, including the president. How do you look at this bill?
I look at the bill as a two-part effort. Our big focus right now is more than just the American people as the individual. Obviously, we've got to make sure we take care of our people and make sure they can actually afford to pay their bills, take care of their families, especially coming in front of a holiday. But at the macro level, we need to be talking about economics. The most important thing facing our country is our pre-existing investments with foreign countries. But we also need to take into account that China and Russia will be looking for opportunities to invest in those countries that are developing. So we've got to look at this on a multitude of perspectives from an economic and national security perspective. So I would look at it from that angle first.
Christina, a lot of people are saying $2,000 we don't have going to each individual. That might be great as a populist approach, but there are a lot of conservatives that say we don't have that money.
I agree with you. I think that's right. I think that Donald Trump has thrown a grenade into his own party here if he ever was really a Republican, right? We suspect he was a Democrat beforehand. Democrats have wanted to have way more money going out at the door to the American population. If you remember, Nancy had put out there that, the $1.2 trillion bill just a few weeks ago. And now if you add the $350 billion that Trump's proposal last night would add to this $900 bill, we're right at $1.2 trillion. So he's right with us, it sounds like. And I welcome his suggestion, and Nancy's taking him up on it, and she wants to put a bill on the floor for unanimous consent to add to that $2,000.
Yeah, there you go. You're ready to spend that money we don't have, right, Christina?
I am. I'm ready because I think our economy needs it. I think the American people have been out of work, and I don't want them kicked out of their homes. So I'm ready to put that on the credit card with interest rates as low as they are right now and know that our economy can absorb that, because it's going to be way more expensive if we wait another 6 months and wait for a lot of bankruptcies to happen instead.
Yeah. And Brooke, I think one of the concerns that people have is you're spending money we don't have while making the economy shut down, forcing some people not to work. And there's some on the other side of the aisle that are saying, well, just let's get back to work.
Right. I mean, the whole problem, we're debating $600 versus $2,000. The problem is we've created this with arbitrary laws, and we need to, as Adam said, I think, step back and look at the big picture. When you have laws that are so arbitrarily shutting down some businesses and not others, saying you can't make money after 10 p.m. because COVID doesn't spread after 10 p.m., or you can't gather more than 10 people in your restaurant because COVID doesn't spread with, under 10 people. It doesn't make sense. And it also raises extremely important constitutional issues when you are deeming some businesses essential and others. This is a problem with the rule of law and a real threat, not just to our economy, but to our democracy. So we have to be talking about getting the economy back on track, not just giving stimulus money.
Allie, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I agree. We need to get the economy back on track. But right now, after knowing a lot of small businesses, they're in trouble. They need that PPP. It's not really as much about that $600 or $2,000. They need that money so they can employ people, which will then hopefully get folks off of unemployment. So these businesses need that. This is something that they've been talking about for months. It was stalled before the election. Now it's, here on the table.
But again, so say this passes and everything moves forward, it's going to take the banks a number of weeks to even get the application going and people to apply and then to receive the money. So we're talking, the end of January, and these businesses need money now. And I agree, we need to open up our economy, but we also need to let our businesses say, you can open, right? You've got New York, you have California, you have these states that people cannot work, and they want to work. They want to go back to work.
Now, Adam, the president's making $2,000 a headline number. He wants people to get $2,000, but that puts Republicans in a tough position.
It does. Our core principle has always been fiscal responsibility. But right now, we're in a situation where COVID-19 is a global pandemic and has impacted not just businesses, but individuals. I think there has to be a hard decision to be made here. But unfortunately, it will require us to make a decision regarding the $2,000. I think everyone is on board for that. But again, I think we need to focus on the small business. This is about not just putting money in front of the American people, but doing it in a way where we can revitalize our economy. I want to see more programs coming through the contracting lane for our small businesses, the special categories like minorities, service-disabled, veteran-owned companies. Those are the folks that go without, if they don't go without money, they're the ones that will be at loss. And not just that, it'll contribute to our national and our economic security, again, most importantly.
Yeah, Christina, what do you think about the criticism that there are a lot of blue state governors that are shutting down businesses and they shouldn't be doing that?
I've been on here before, and I've told you that I'm equally a believer. I'm a capitalist, that we should open up our economy. I think that is the best way, most efficient way to keep people employed and paychecks out the door. But we do need to do it safely. And so I hear you, but we still need to keep our employees safe. We need to keep our customers safe. And that means kind of following the science and the guidance that we've been given by the CDC to wear masks and to keep social distance. And unfortunately, not enough people are still doing that. And we still kind of get these news reports of big events happening and various events through, and even you've mentioned it before, restaurants and things like that not following these guidances, and that's the problem. And that's why these governors resort. It's the last resort, but they resort there because they see these numbers in the hospitals going through the roof, and they have the knee-jerk reaction to be like, how do I keep people safe if they won't do it themselves? And they unfortunately go for the lockdown, which again I'm not for, but they feel like that's the last alternative that's available to them while their hospitals are overrun.
You're the CEO of Ferox Strategies. I see the buttons behind you or whatever those. Does that stand for something? Is there some significance? What does Ferox mean?
Ferox is Latin for aggressive.
Okay. See, learn something every day. So aggressive marketing, is that the name?
Well, aggressive strategies.
Strategies, yeah. Got it. Very good. And we appreciate you being with us today as applied to our entire panel. And we will be back with more of American Agenda after this.
The Wall Street Wrap is presented by Interactive Brokers, the professional's gateway to the world's markets. Start investing today.
Hey folks, stocks mixed today. The Dow up 100 points and NASDAQ down about 36 points. Now, first-time jobless claims were lower this week at 803,000, but more than 20 million Americans continue to receive some sort of unemployment assistance. This is what some people call a K-shaped recovery. And a sign that the holiday shopping season may have some challenges. Personal income was lower by 1.1%, and consumer spending in November was lower by 0.4%. But good news for Pfizer stock and citizens who want a vaccination. It's signed a deal with the U.S. government to supply additional 100 million doses of its COVID-19 vaccine by the end of July. When the second version of COVID hit the UK, some travel stocks sold off, but a lot of them bounced back today, including Carnival, Norwegian, and Royal Caribbean cruise lines. Vegas stocks like MGM Resorts, Las Vegas Sands, and Wynn Resorts also had a good day, and oil stocks were higher on hopes for a recovery. But not a good day or a good year for Nikola. First, it blew a proposed investment from GM to help build an electric SUV after being accused of a short seller by one of faking a video on its own abilities. And today it ended a partnership with Republic to build an electric garbage truck. And that's the Wall Street Wrap. I'm Bob Sellers.